Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the fourth lecture in the second section of our course on Excel for Business Analytics. Section 2, as told earlier, was all about editing and formatting in Excel. And today, as of right now, we are actually going to talk about the general formatting options available in Excel. While doing that, I will primarily be talking about font formatting in Excel, alignment in Excel, the wrap text option, and the merge options that are actually available in Excel. So let's just quickly move to an Excel workbook where we can actually try all of this. So when I talk about the font formatting options, I'm actually referring to the home tab and this ribbon section, which is actually for the font formatting. So it has like a number of options over here. I'm actually going to go through them one by one, starting from the upper left corner. So first of all, you have your basic font selector, what sort of a font that you want to use, like any other option in any other software by Microsoft, which actually you might have used. You might have used Microsoft Word, you might have used PowerPoint. You would actually see all the text fonts that are available in other options also available over here. On top of that, you also have the basic font size selector, or font size changer over here. On the right hand side to the font size selector, you have the two buttons that you can actually use to quickly increase or decrease the size of the font of your text, or as a matter of fact your values as well. In addition to that, on the bottom row, you would find the basic three options that you sort of see everywhere, which are bold, italic, and underline. And you can actually also use the underline option to put in a double underline if you actually want to, by just making the selection from the underline or the line drop down. In addition to that, you can also select borders for your area or wherever your data is, and you can actually do that by clicking on these border drop down, and you would come face to face with a number of options where you can actually make a number of selections and actually select the border. I, for instance, would like to see a border grid on my selection that I currently have. So if you just click over here, you would actually see that we have a border which is actually green in color, and that is because of the fact that the line color I have chosen is actually green. You can change that to black. You can actually change that to black and then make a new selection, and then make a new set of borders, and you will see that these are black. So you can actually change the color of the line. You can also change a couple of other things. Let's have a look at that as well. So you can change the line color, you can change the line style. So let's say you want to actually have a double line or a dotted line over here as a border. You can actually do that by just making the selection or the change in the drop down menu, then making the selection of the area that you want to put a border on, then this is simply clicking on this icon over here, and it actually gives you the dotted line border. So in addition to that, you can also change the color, the background color, or the fill color of the entire cell by using this fill color option. And to the right of that, you also have the option to change the text color, that is text color or the numerical data color, or whatever whatever the contents of the cell are. You can actually change the color of that by actually using this option, which is the font color option. So you're actually changing the font color. So there's a difference between the fill color of the cell and actually the font color of the cell. So moving on to the next topic in this lecture, which is actually all about alignment. So when I talk about alignment, I am actually talking about the alignment ribbon over here in the home tab. So what can this alignment ribbon do? This alignment ribbon is actually responsible for managing the alignment of the contents of your cell, and the direction of the content of your cell. So let's just try that right now over here. Let's just make a quick new Excel table and remove all the formatting. And then let's quickly try to see what can the alignment section do. So the alignment, when I say alignment, there are two sorts of alignments when it comes to the cells. There is the vertical alignment, and then there is the horizontal alignment. Let's just talk about the horizontal alignment first. So in the horizontal alignment options, which are actually in the bottom row over here, you can align the text or the contents of your Excel worksheet or your selection to the left of the cell they are in, to the center of the cell they are in, and to the right of the cell they are in. And when I talk about the vertical alignment of the cells, I'm actually talking about this phenomenon. Let me actually show you that right now. These vertical alignment can be actually set by these three options at the top, where the top align moves the contents to right to the top border of the cell. The middle alignment or the middle alignment actually moves the content to the middle of the cell, and the bottom alignment actually moves the content of the cells that you've actually selected to the bottom or base of the cell right next to the border of the cell. So these are the basic six in fact options to move the contents of your cell horizontally or vertically. In addition to that, you can actually also change the orientation of the text by using this option over here, which says orientation. You can actually use this option by just simply clicking over here, and you can actually tell, how do you want to move the contents of the cell. So, for example, if I said angle counterclockwise, it's actually going to do this. If I say angled clockwise, vertical text, so by vertical I mean that it actually spread the text vertically, rotate the text up, rotate text down, and format the cell alignment. Now these are additional options that we will cover in some of the future lectures. I'm not actually going to go through them because these are a lot of options, but you can actually do a lot of stuff from over here as well. Something that's not actually available in these pre-fed commands, you can actually do that from over here. In addition to that, you can also decrease the indent of the cell or increase the indent of the cell by actually using these options over here, these two buttons. So what do I mean by that? Let's actually just see. So if you actually see what's happening is that this cell, when I actually increase the indent, is actually moving away from its left border. So that's what the indent increase or decrease actually means. So you actually, there is a particular alignment inside these cells, and once you start moving the indent, it actually moves the contents of the cells away from that alignment or that preset alignment or that default alignment. So you can actually change the indent of the cells by actually using this option or the increase or decrease indent option from over here at the top. So next, I just want to talk about wrap text real quickly. Wrap text is a cool option in Excel that you can use to do exactly what actually this command says, wrap the text. So you can actually wrap the text that's spilling over multiple cells into a single cell, making it look a lot better, making other cells not compromising the visibility of other cells. And in addition to that, when it comes to printing, wrap text is really important if you have text in your Excel files, because most of the times, if you have not wrap texted your contents, they spill over and actually go outside the printing area, actually causing loss of information. So how does wrap text really work? Let's just do that let's just see how it works by actually looking at this example. So I'm going to write some text over here. Here's an example of wrap text. And how it allows us to manage space. So right now wrap text is not activated, and you can see that the contents of this cell, because whatever I wrote was originated in this cell, are actually spilling over to another cell. But if you use wrap text, you can see that Excel actually automatically took all the text and made it to fit into this single cell, rather than actually letting this text actually spill over onto other cells and compromising visibility and effective printing. So this is how actually wrap text works. So in the end, I actually want to talk about the merge and sender option. So it's going to be the last topic that we cover in this lecture. So what is the merge and sender, or the merge cell option? So first of all, it's accessible from over here, right at the top. And the merge and sender, as it says in the definition over here, is an option that actually allows you to combine and center the contents of the selected cells in a new larger cell. This is actually a great way to create a label that spans over multiple columns. What does that exactly mean? Uh, let's try to do that. Let's say you see that what actually does this mean by the help of an example. Let's say you have a table, or you want to make a table which is labeled as food items. So this is the super or the upper label that you want to put, and then there are sub labels that are associated with this table. So there's the serial number, there's the name of the item, there is the price, and then there is the quantity. So you can see that the super label is not completely engulfing the sub labels, and it seems that it's something separated and on the left hand side. Well, you can quickly solve that by selecting merge and sender. And once you select this, what it does is that it actually combines all the cells together and takes the contents of the first cell and then actually centers that content right into the middle of that merged larger area. And there are a number of options in the drop down of the merge and center option. You can actually unmerge the cells and do a couple of more things over from over here as well. So this is primarily what merge and center does, and this is what we had to cover in this lecture. So thank you for listening out to me, and I hope I see you in the next lecture as well.